guys, welcome back to our channel. This is going to be another episode of Gretchen, what did you do wrong, so that I can learn from it. Actually, no. I don't know what I'm going to title this yet. However, it's going to be me telling you about the one time that God actually spoke to me and I dismissed him. I was like, no, that's not what God said. The one time, like, you know, there's certain times like you pray, you know, for an answer. Sometimes God just begins working in your life and working things out. Sometimes he sends people to your life to speak to you, teachers, preachers, mentors, all that good stuff. Sometimes he actually physically speaks to you. And the one time he did that for me, I totally dismissed him. Like the one time that I was just like, God, tell me what to do. Tell me what you want. And then he tells me, and then I was like, nah. And the reason why was because it didn't align with the answer that I wanted from him. So let's dig into the past of Gretchen. Okay, so 2015, first year of college is done. I worked at the Chick-fil-A on campus, and so summer comes around, school's closed, Gretchen has no job. So I decided to become a camp counselor at this Christian company that visited, you know, my campus. I was supposed to work the first week of June, and we're currently in the month of May. In the month of May, I'm going through a lot of ups and downs emotionally, and I didn't know why I was going through all these like ups and downs, and so I prayed about it, of course. You know, I prayed about it, and God revealed to me that the reason why I was going through highs and lows was because I was struggling with identity. At this particular time, I wasn't somebody that was stable on who I was, and I didn't feel like anybody could love me, and I just wanted somebody to love me. Like legit, I was really going through it. Fast forward, June. I start working at this camp. I met this one guy. He was super funny. He was super outgoing. Like he was the life of the party. Like in a conversation, like he's hilarious. He has you dying, laughing and everything. And I was seriously attracted to that. I was like, oh my gosh, this dude is so awesome. Get to know him, you know, he goes to church, he's active in his church, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude's going to be my husband. Like he loves the Lord, like this is it. I just thought that he was the one for me. You know what's funny though? When you talk to Jesse, like he'll tell you when we met, like I wasn't looking for anybody. Like I wasn't interested. I was just trying to graduate. I was just trying to figure my life out with God. It was just me and God and my best friend Yamli. Like that's it. But a year or two prior to him, I thought I was ready to get married. I thought I had found the one whom my soul loveth. You know, I thought I had found my husband. One of the weekends, I come back home because this camp was about 2 hours away, so I stayed on the campgrounds. So one weekend I drive down and I go to church. Altar call comes. I'm praying. I'm like, God, you know, is this my husband? Is he the one for me? Like, I just feel like he's my husband. I just feel like this is the guy. You know, I thought I was ready. I thought that I was gonna start dating this guy and we were gonna make it work and it was just gonna be great, you know? And God said, literally said, while I was praying, he said, he is not your husband. I said, Jesus, what? Jesus, did you hear my question? You know, like, are we on the same, like, do you know what I'm talking about? And he says it again. He says he's not your husband. And so on my way back, because I left that same day to drive back to the campgrounds, on my way back, I was like, okay, Jesus said he's not my husband. I should just drop it. And then half an hour into me, you know, driving, I was like, no, that was just me. That was just me being extra. That wasn't God. God didn't actually speak to me and tell me that he wasn't my husband. Like, you guys, I totally dismissed it. By the time I got to the campgrounds, saw the guy, I was like, there he goes. There goes my baby. Like, I thought I totally dismissed God. I was just like, there's no way that he told me that this dude's not my husband, because obviously he's my husband. And this guy, he was an awesome guy. Like, he was a cool dude, but at the same time, he was dealing with a lot of brokenness from his childhood, from his past. And I just looked at him as, oh my gosh, like, I want to fix your brokenness. I want to be the reason you smile every day. I want to be there for you through your up and your down. Like, I want to support you. Like, I just wanted to be there for him. But we can't do what only God can. But I thought that he needed me, and I wanted to be there for him, and I wanted to help him through his ups and his downs, when I myself, I'm broken. You can't be broken and try to help fix somebody that's broken. You can't pour out of you what's not in you. So hey, how you doing? Yeah, oh my gosh. Like, I still pursued him, and it was just that. It was just me pursuing him, because I was so confused. Like, that whole time period with him was just so confusing, because one day it's just like, oh, he does like you. One day it's like, oh, but he doesn't like you. One day he's talking to you, one day he's not talking to me. One day we text and call, and then one day it's nothing. It was just so it was up and down, up and down. And I was confused the whole time, but I just wanted it to work out. Long story short, I ended up being so broken after that summer. That summer was just, I mean, I feel like I brought it upon myself. So yeah, the one time that God spoke to me, I totally dismissed him. And it's like he had the best interest in mind for me. Like, he was trying to keep me from the brokenness that added on to my life because of that summer. I came back. I hated everything about my life. I hated the career path that I was on. I hated myself. I hated being in church. I was just so mad. Like, I was so upset. And to think that I could have kept myself from all that hurt, from that situation, had I just listened to God. When you pray and seek and ask God for something, be ready for the answer, because it's not always going to be what you want, but it's always going to be the right answer, because he knows the future. He is the author and the finisher of your faith. He knows your life. So listen to him. Save yourself from the pain and agony that I had to go through. And another thing is, before dating, find out who you are in Christ before going into a relationship, because that person is not going to fix what's broken in you. That person is not going to make you feel fulfilled in life. That person, yes, he might, he might be funny, he might be cool to hang out with, but that issue that you have inside, he's not going to fix it. And that's not his job. Your true happiness and joy comes from God, because the way life works is, things is for you one day and you're thinking life is great, and something happened the next day and you're like, oh my gosh, like, what is going on? Like, you just entered a whole nother universe, a whole nother life. The stability that you need in life, it comes from God. It comes from being in his presence. It comes from knowing who you are at that moment in time. I struggled with who I was. I struggled with what I had to offer, so that I allowed anybody to just treat me any type of way, talk to me any type of way, deal with me any type of way, because I didn't know my worth. I didn't know who I was in Christ. And so it wasn't till I made the decision that that's it. I really just need to figure myself out. I really just need to spend time with God, that he brought me a husband. And of course, when Jesse came into my life, I prayed about it. We actually both fasted and prayed about it. And God gave me a peace about being with him. Like, literally, it's a whole nother video, another story for another time. But God gave me peace about dating my husband and being with my husband. And my husband he's everything that I would want in a husband. Like, he's amazing. Okay, like, I love everything about my husband, and he's perfect for me. Everything that he has added to my life, that other person that I wanted to be my husband years ago could have never done for me. You know what I mean? Like, it would have not been the same situation. It would have not been the same circumstances. And I just thank God that even though I disobeyed him and I didn't listen to what he had to say to me, he still decided that I was still worth him mending me, fixing me up. You know, God can come into the darkest situations and fix your life up. What I really want you guys to get out of this is, one, always see God for direction. But when he gives you an answer, just follow it. Don't second guess it. Don't second think it. Is that a thing? Second think it? Just listen to him and follow him. If you want confirmation, you can pray for confirmation on his word, but do not go against his word. Number 2, if you're interested in finding a spouse, matter of fact, just don't be interested in finding a spouse, okay? Let your spouse find you, and what you need to do is just find God. Seek after God. Be in God's presence. If you want a husband, pray for it. Pray about it. But don't go declaring that everybody that has eyes is your husband. And number 3, find your identity in Christ. Even if you are in a relationship, that person shouldn't be the reason why your day goes good or bad. Your joy, who you are, the things that you stand for, should come from God. So yeah, those are 3 lessons. 1, listen to God. 2, find your identity in God. And 3, let your God bring you your spouse. Stop thinking everybody is your spouse. Okay? That sounds really bad. And that concludes my video. Thank you guys for joining me again on another video. Hopefully my mistakes in my past kind of help somebody not to do something that I've done, you know, before. I didn't really go into details of everything, but the gist of it is I disobeyed God, and I ended up being really hurt from that situation. So just listen to the voice of God. He has your best interest in mind. He's your father. He wants you to succeed. He wants you to be great. And if he says no, sweetie, the answer is no. Okay? All right. Anyways, love you guys. That's it.